Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about some personal financing tips for young adults. So these are going to be people that are teenagers or coming up on the age of 18 or having turned 18 recently. This is going to be mainly for you guys. So the big change when you turn 18 is you're now legally an adult. So what you're going to want to do is have a bank account that's in your name, so not with your parents on it. You're going to want to have a savings account and a no monthly fee checking account. Small banks and credit unions typically have better customer service if that's something you're interested in. You're not going to get rich off of interest from banks, but if you shop around, you can typically get interest rates that are above 1%, and these are usually going to be at online banks specifically. Also, put away savings as soon as you can. It's a good habit to get into, and you're also going to want to start an emergency fund for expenses that could pop up from things like car breaking down or things such as this. With limited or part-time income, savings are going to be your best bet for now in terms of banking. So you can also apply for a credit card once you have some income. There are pros and cons that will come with this, but it's a reasonable move for many people because it is the best way to start establishing your credit without paying interest. The key here is going to be paying the balance in full every month, and if you cannot do this, then you are personally not ready for a credit card. Another thing that you're going to need money for is to continue your education, so you're going to want to put a lot of research into learning about different kind of student loans. This is a pretty complicated topic with many different options, so you're going to want to be careful with what you do. These loans are going to be yours and or your parents until they are paid off. Usually people that find themselves in a lot of trouble with student loan debt are people that have bigger loans, so maybe like $100,000 versus a smaller loan for college, like a $20,000 loan. You're going to want to potentially look into some cost-effective education options, and it's really hard to beat community colleges. If you're not sure about how you're going to continue with your education, you can look into 2-year degrees, and it's worth looking into taking credits that can transfer over to a 4-year college. So a big way to save money when you turn 18 is going to be living with your parents as long as you can. Obviously there's going to be a time when you're going to want to move out eventually, but if you can live with your parents longer, you're obviously going to save yourself a lot of money. So once you move out, you're going to want to look to rent a place, and landlords will want to see that you have income. So try to keep your monthly payments below 30% of what your monthly take-home pay is from whatever job or income that you have. You may need a cosigner for your first rental or if you have minimal credit history. One thing to note is you're going to need some money up front when getting into a rental, so you're going to need your first month's rent and a security deposit up front, and even sometimes utility deposits. You're going to want to read your lease before signing it and know your rights and responsibilities as a tenant and what organizations can help you if you encounter any issues while renting. A really popular way to save money while renting is getting a roommate. You're going to want to be aware that with roommates, some issues can come up and circumstances can change, and you don't want to be on the hook for your roommate's part of the rent. So you're going to want to have all the roommates on the lease, and you're even going to maybe want to sign a roommate agreement. Alternatively, it's worth considering renting a room from someone who owns their own house to avoid some of these issues that you can run into. Aside from renting a place to live, you're also going to have a big expenditure coming from a potential car that you might get. You can save a ton of money if you don't need a car, so if you can get to where you need to go by walking or riding a bike or something such as this, then not having a car can really save you a lot of money when you're a young adult. The money that you put in to purchase a car isn't going to be the end of it. You're going to have gas, repairs, and car insurance. And car insurance for young adults tends to be more than people that are older. I've seen people range, it just kind of depends on what kind of coverage you get, but I've seen car insurance as cheap as like 30 to 50 bucks a month, all the way up to maybe even 200 bucks a month in some areas. And how much you pay per month is gonna kind of coincide with how many tickets and or accidents that you've had during your driving career. Your best bet if you do need to purchase a car is to get something that's $5,000 or below, and you're going to want to pay in cash to avoid finance charges and to make your own insurance choices. If you do need to finance a car, be very careful of financing offers for young people because double-digit interest rates are a very bad thing. You do not want to build up your credit with double-digit interest rates. The loan and the car are very different things. You don't give the car back and then have your loan forgived, because as soon as you buy your car, it's going to be less valuable than what you purchased it for in general. So you're technically going to be underwater and owe more than the car is worth. So this is just something to keep in mind. Now to kind of wrap up our video here, I'm just going to say that choose your spending wisely. Money spent is unavailable for anything else once it's spent. So make sure that it is the highest priority use of that money. Thanks for watching our video, and good luck with your personal finances in the future. Bye.